You're trying to find a clear frequency, I think, right? There's some stuff going on. You're changing the station until you find how you feel.
Yeah, I spent more than a year to create them, and obviously, I was coming from a athlete background to training in a K-pop system as a trainee to debuting in a K-pop group, then to figuring out being a solo artist.
Oh, wow. So you go from a competitive sports into just being competitive with yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
That's deep.
Yeah, and it's very different as a solo artist because, back in that system, which was really great, a lot of great memories from as the group, but it was more like everything was so well arranged and structured. I just needed to show up and work. And this is the song, this is the dance, practice, practice, and practice. But as a solo artist, after especially joining 88 Rising, I felt like that I was going through the second trainee days of how to become creative.
And this time, did it feel a little bit more like you were training? And I say this with the greatest respect to the group and to the early training days of what gave you the work ethic, and you already had that, but really enforced what was required. But when you're in the 88 Rising early days, does it feel like, man, I'm actually training to find my own voice now?
100%. That's why I felt like I'm going through the trainee days on how to become a creative. More than just music.
Amazing.
Designs, just being able to think outside the box. And after 10 years of like nonstop schedules after schedules, all packed every day of the year, I figured I needed some rest. I didn't even have time to reflect on myself, and I took almost a year off, just for myself to breathe and to think about what does everything mean? What's the purpose of? What's the value? As a person.
Can we pause there and talk a little bit about that? Because just for a second, first of all, congratulations, to have self-awareness enough to pause and to say, I just need to go and be in my own thoughts for a minute, because it's hard to do that when things are moving really fast.
Yes.
It's intoxicating, and your adrenaline's high, and the endorphins of success and attention, and everyone's like, man, it's working. So you want to keep working and working and working.
Yes.
So you come off the back of that, you're like, nah, I'm going to listen to myself, take a break. So let's just, can I ask you what you did? Like what happened in that year? What were some key influential moments for you, even if it was just sitting still and doing nothing and staring at a wall? But what were the key moments for you that really allowed you to capture the space that you so was seeking?
I think it was one question. At a point, am I the Jackson Wang that people know me of, or am I who I think I am?
Great question.
So I couldn't even answer that.
Yeah, it's a great question.
And
well, it's identity work, because what you're doing is okay. Which one should I be? Should I be the person that people want me to be, that I think I am, because I'm no different to that? I'm the same person. But then over here, I've got these feelings and thoughts, right? And emotions I'm assuming that maybe they don't know about. How do I get them to know that me?
Right. And then it came down to a question. I didn't even know who I was anymore, because it's so used to that version of me. But I wanted to make sure that I am that.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know. So I felt like...
Yeah, because it's a lifelong contract, man. It's like next thing you know, if you don't ask that question at that point in your life, you could be like 10, 20 years down the road and you're like, oh, I really don't know that guy anymore.
Yes. And then I took a year off, started writing. Started writing not just music, like journals, diaries.
Beautiful.
And spending really some quality time with my family, my parents. And I was just writing how I feel, and I wanted to. That's why this album is all about how I feel in everything, in reality, in society, in industry.
Yeah, because it wasn't written during sessions; it was all written during life.
Yes, and I started writing, travel to different places, just with few producers, friends, and then we lock ourselves up and just keep writing. The first time that I'm writing without pressure. Without having the idea of I have to use those songs. I was just writing and writing.
And also to be able to go in with these ready-made thoughts and emotions, this truth that you've already revealed to yourself. So it's not like, okay, guys, let's get the track up and like, what do I want to say? I always think like in writing sessions, it's kind of fascinating that people put themselves in this. I'm all for pressure of time. You execute through pressure of time. But the idea of like, I've got 8 hours today. What am I feeling? Like, dude, I can't answer that like every day. I can't sit there like on a Tuesday and go, what am I feeling today? Like, but you can when you spend a year figuring it out, right?
I think it was, I had the diaries already before I decided to go in sessions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's beautiful.
It's already there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Life has given you these thoughts.
Yes. And yeah, just writing on how I feel about everything. And I feel like the first time writing songs for myself, because back then it was, well, very great songs that I did, you know, for the first couple of years of my solo career. But now just thinking back, I don't know what it means, you know, and that feeling of being on stage singing so many songs of mine